Welcome back to CSL TV. And I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day right now. In the Midwest, the weather to me is perfect. But y'all see what kind of content we about to get into. And you know, before I get into this juicy content, you guys can help me out by subscribing to the channel. The good thing about subscribing to the channel is you'll be helping me out by doing a good deed, and it costs you nothing because it's free. Like and subscribe to the channel because the feedback helped me create this content in different ways to present to you guys, so I won't be doing the same old regular keeping it boring. As well as, and if you have any social media platform, share me on your social media platform so they know what we doing over here at CSL TV. And we're just a review, reaction channel, as well as an information channel to let you guys know what to look out for and what's going on in the world. I don't want to talk too much, so like I said before, have a beautiful, blessed day. Let's get it. Now, I don't know about you guys and how comfortable y'all are or is with motherfucking crocodiles, goddamn alligators, any of them reptiles. I don't know how comfortable you is. But this is clearly some Florida shit where you motherfucking pulling them from under your car and then you proceeded to play with them and all this other stuff because no, somebody recorded this scene you doing this. So I don't think you put it on the show because I don't see a crowd of people. But what I do see is a Floridian knowing how to handle these motherfuckers since they are so natural to the habitat in this fucking Jurassic Park ass Florida now. Florida. Summertime, hell no for me. Wintertime, I could be there for a couple weeks, you know what I'm saying? Because the heat be tearing my ass up. And then all these little reptiles and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, y'all let me know if y'all ever seen anything like this.
This monster goldfish may have been someone's pet, showing why you should never set them free. Invasive goldfish can harm local ecosystems. They can stir up the water they're swimming in, making it murkier. This makes it harder for native plants to access the sunlight they need to survive. Their diet consists of algae, fish eggs, and small invertebrates, and they can outcompete local fish for resources. The species also releases nutrients that could make algae grow wild and can potentially transmit exotic diseases and parasites to other organisms. They're also surprisingly hardy. They can withstand some pretty cold temperatures and reproduce more than most freshwater fish. Reportedly, a city in Minnesota caught close to 100,000 of the carp breed in just one fall season. This is a goldfish pulled out of a Minnesota lake that may have been set free by a previous well-meaning owner. It's strongly advised that you should not flush goldfish down the toilet or any other drain. While it would be difficult for them to survive this Finding Nemo journey,
all drains lead to the ocean.
Places with old sewage systems or leaks could mean that the wayward pets find their way into a body of water, where they've reportedly grown to larger than a foot. Instead of setting it free, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services says to consider donating it to a school or a friend, returning it to a pet store, or just humanely.
You are such a liar. You know how I know? Is that not him? Yeah, that's definitely you, bud. You got caught, buddy. You got big time caught. Nasty, bro. Hey, you might want to turn your lights on. Stupid. Oh my god!
He ain't moving his car tonight. That's tranny, oil, and coolant.
Yeah, he's right here. Oh yeah. He did. He did. There's his radiator dripping. There's his oil pan. Oh wait, is that his frame? That's what you get for meeting a fool. Oh my god. He ain't moving this thing.
A teacher and a student were arguing at my school today, and he said this.
I'm talking to your ass. That's who I'm talking to. Now, you know me. You know me and you know I ain't for the game. Stop talking to me, Gayana. Call your daddy then. Tell your daddy come up here and talk to me then. You, stop talking to me. No, I'm telling you, stop talking to me. Tell your daddy to come talk to me. Tell your daddy to come talk to me. Nah, go dig him up and tell him to come talk to me. obviously not your run-of-the-mill grand theft.
Oh, you, Linder.
The following program shows the proceedings and hearings from courtrooms around the country. Not all outcomes are known or final. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Due to the intensity of some of these scenes, viewer discretion is advised.
You also go by the name of the Apostle?
Yes.
Who cares what you got?
Mr. Miller, excuse me.
You spent over $30,000 in your clothes.
You know, he should be sanctioned.
First up, we go to a bond hearing taking place via Zoom in Florida's Broward County. Like so many workplaces affected by COVID-19, the parties are forced to communicate virtually.
Mr. Mitchell, good morning. Are you able to hear me all right?
Today, the defendant is Henry Mitchell. He's charged with grand theft. Mitchell allegedly stole over $4,000 from a local restaurant. He's hoping to be released on bond of $1,000. The judge is Corey Amanda Coffin. There's Mitchell up in the top corner. And we've got attorney Eric Linder, who represents the state, and assistant public defender Dale Miller.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, you're before the court this morning on one charge of grand theft. I do find probable cause, and I will first hear from the attorneys with their recommendations. We'll start with Mr. Linder.
Judge, I'm recommending a $5,000 bond and no return. While I see no priors, I do believe this is obviously not your run-of-the-mill grand theft.
Oh, you, Linder. Who cares what you got?
Mr. Miller, excuse me, but your microphone is on, and if we have one more outburst like that, we're going to be having a very serious discussion with your supervisor. I would expect that you would apologize to Mr. Linder right now.
As Linder recommends a $5,000 fine, Miller turns his camera off, but not his microphone, and expresses his true feelings.
This is obviously not your run-of-the-mill grand theft.
Oh,
We need strong leaders who will protect public schools.
you, Linder. Who cares what you got?
Miller's language gets some stunned reactions, specifically from the family of the defendant and from Linder himself.
Mr. Miller, excuse me, but your microphone is on. I would expect that you would apologize to Mr. Linder right now.
After a brief pause, Miller offers an apology. Sort of.
Turn the
I
microphone.
apologize that my microphone was on, Judge.
You know, he should be sanctioned.
We'll be having a discussion with Mr. Goldberg after the session today. Mr. Linder, let's continue with Mr. Mitchell's case.
Your Honor, as I was saying, this is not your run-of-the-mill grand theft. The strength of the evidence against Mr. Mitchell is abundantly strong, including but not limited to his confession.
Linder still seems agitated by the attorney's outburst, but forges ahead.
Your Honor, he plotted with his co-arrestee well in advance to not only steal over $4,000 from this business, but to set it up to make it look like there was an armed robbery. Your Honor, I would also note, by his own admission, he stole over $2,000 in cash from the safe from the business, and the cash has not been recovered. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Finally, the judge is ready to make her decision.
In Mr. Mitchell's case, the monetary bond is going to be set at $3,000, and there will be an order of no return. Mr. Mitchell, that simply means you're not to go to that location for any reason. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, and good luck to you as well.
Well, looks like the public defender or court-appointed lawyer or whatever the fuck title you want to give him, he wasn't feeling, you know what I'm saying, old boy. What's his name? Leonard, whatever the fuck, Grinder. He wasn't feeling none of that shit he was saying. And I gotta say, Miller is a very good guy. I know Miller, because court-appointed public defenders, they don't be all on the you know what I'm saying, the other person's side. They usually for the state, they for victims and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they might, I don't know personally, but I think they have to play both sides. Sometimes they be on the victim side, sometimes they be on the other person who doing the dumb shit side. So for him to speak the way he spoke, you know what I'm saying, is fucking funny as hell, boy. Because he was like, oh, that's bullshit. You want to fucking jam the kid up. You do all this stupid nonsense. It's fucking nonsense, you know. Oh, I'm sorry for having my mic off and not my fucking... I'm sorry for having... I'm up here fucking up. He was like, I'm sorry for having my camera off and not my mic. But I stand by my words. Fuck him, man. That shit was so crazy. But I ain't gonna talk or marinate his situation too much. So, we're gonna go to the other case on this.
Do you solemnly swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So, okay.
Yes.
Next, we're in Sylvan Lake, Michigan, for the deposition of 42-year-old David E. Taylor. The man on camera may look like just a regular guy, but to the followers of his multi-million-dollar megachurch, they believe he's truly holier than thou.
Mr. Taylor, you also go by the name of the Apostle?
Yes.
David Taylor claims he was personally visited by Jesus Christ and now brings others into the light.
And we look at this motherfucking goddamn salute up here ass, slime ass pastor, you know what I'm saying? Do you say that you promise that you're telling the truth? I promise I'm telling the truth of everything that I'm gonna say. This the type of motherfucker you gotta be careful around, because he'll do some dumb shit and be like, well, the Lord, he got my back and he makes sure I'm taken care of, even though I'm a piece of shit. As long as I have the time to say I'm sorry and to repeat my sins, I can keep being the evil person. That's what I feel. This the type of motherfucker you just can't be around. Cause how do you sweat through all the motherfucking suits like you just a superior motherfucker? And you know, we're just gonna listen to this dumb shit he gotta say. That's all.
Media Ministries International, or JMMI. Today, Taylor's being deposed in a divorce case involving one of his volunteers, a woman who donated over $1 million to his ministry. Now, as part of the divorce proceedings, lawyers want to know exactly how that money was used.
On November 29th, 2013, JMMI paid over $6,000 to Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
What would that be for?
Well, this is for clothes concerning my TV ministry as well.
June 2014, you spent $3,500 by JMMI to Versace in the Bahamas. Yes?
Well, that ain't something I purchase all the time.
Well, it looks like you did several times in...
I mean, I'm a very frugal person when it comes to this.
I don't see Macy's.
No, you don't see that, because Macy's don't have the kind of suits that I wear.
2013 and 14, JMMI spent over $30,000 in your clothes. That sound about right?
What year was that?
13 and 14.
Oh God, yes, because I was traveling so much. Yes, and sweating through all my clothes. Exactly. That probably wasn't enough.
The hot seat gets hotter when Taylor's questioned about the ministry's fleet of luxury cars.
You testified that JMMI owns 3 vehicles, a BMW, a Mercedes, and a Bentley.
Yes.
I have a question, just from you minister to the poor and the sick and all that. Isn't it a little offensive to be driving around in a Bentley and a Mercedes to people that really, are impoverished and sick and ill?
It could be offensive if they didn't know my life.
And the baptism by fire continues when he's asked about a $2.8 million mansion listed as a, quote, residential center by the ministry.
All right, so what is this residential center?
Oh, this is a place that the ministry owns. Well, not own, we're in the process of buying that.
So where does the number $2,844,000 come from on your asset and liability?
That's, I guess, the appraisal value of the home.
Wait, the appraised value of what?
I guess the appraisal value of the home.
The lawyer catches that Taylor refers to the property as a home.
Is it a home?
No, it's a residential center.
While Taylor's deposition was just part of a divorce case, it would later come back to haunt him. After the more than 3-hour video was posted online, the ministry and Taylor himself came under fire as allegations of misused funds flooded the internet. Despite the negative publicity, David E. Taylor continues to spread his gospel around the world.
Now, he was only supposed to go to court for some he was only supposed to go to court for some divorce shit, you know what I'm saying? And this is where he got caught up into his life, you know, where he forgot his wife, you know, every goddamn thing you do, Playboy. So that's when all that came about. I'm surprised he didn't get locked up. You know what I'm saying? He's still spreading the word, which is good to hear, all about God and Jesus and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us need to hear that to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep doing what we doing, hoping for a better outcome. I mean, I'm riding a goddamn 05 Suburban, my boy, and the 02 Honda Accord. And if I went to your motherfucking church and you riding a goddamn 22, 23, 24 Bentley, and I gave you my money because I feel like you doing what's good in this residential area. When I told your ass I was homeless, bitch, I told you I was homeless, sleeping in the car with my kids, with my daughter, you know, and you just said, well, keep going. God will help you. He will make things so much better where you'll be like, oh my God, I never imagined I can be a millionaire. I never imagined that I can drive these type of cars, wear these kind of clothes, and do all this type of stuff. I never thought that I would be able to speak to Jesus and manage that. So I've been exactly where you've been, but not as bad as you've been. But I've been close too. But I didn't been as far as you probably been, but I've been through some things.